All right. Welcome to day one of Projekt Atonimus. Today we're going to be doing some basic setup. I anticipate today being one of the biggest days of work for me in terms of things I actually have to do instead of giving prompts for Atonimus to do himself. So anyways, we're going to start off. I just want to let you know I got some rules that I set up to run this project by. I talked a little bit about it in day zero, but just to go over it again, I'm going to be having certain constraints on what I'm allowed to do, time I'm allowed to put into this and whatnot. And the goal is to work to a point where Atonimus will, I just do check-ins with him and make sure I might tweak guidelines for him to operate by, but the goal is to get Atonimus creating workflows, tools, services, maybe even products at some point in time, completely autonomously. I want to be able for him to, on a regular basis, create autonomous ideas that he can run, or ideas that he can run autonomously. And I also want to be able to hand him off ideas that he can run for me autonomously. I'll give him the guidelines, and he'll run them according to the specs and guidelines that I've set up. So that's what we're shooting for. So again, part of the constraint thing for me is time. So I divide my days or my work days into Pomodoro. Some of you have probably heard about that. Some of you may not. If you haven't heard of a Pomodoro is essentially a 25-minute work period, a focused work period. You're working on one thing, you're working on it for 25 minutes. People generally take a 5-minute break after that. You don't have to if you don't want to, but you can. I do sometimes when I'm really in the groove, I just hit reset on the timer and then I work for another 25 minutes. And then I break things into little smaller batches too, like 15 minutes. I call a sprint. So sometimes I'll break it in because I have certain tasks I want to get. So if it's a 15-minute task, I call it a sprint. If it's a 10-minute task, I call it a micro sprint. If it's a 5-minute task, I call it, 10-minute task is a mini sprint and a 5-minute task is a micro sprint. So that's how I use those. So sometimes I might break these videos into a few different things. Like it may be just a Pomodoro and we're working on one thing. On other days, I might want to work on 2 or 3 things. And so maybe I'll do like a sprint plus a mini sprint, or maybe I'll do a sprint plus 2 micro sprints, or a mini sprint plus 3 micro sprints, depending on what I want to get done that day and the time I think it'll take to do those tasks. But what I'm going to do for this too is I'm going to set a rule that at 25 minutes I have to be done. So I'll set a timer each time. And I think I'm going to use screen recordings here. I'm working on a way to do this all from my phone. I talked about this earlier. One of the things is I want to be able to run this from my phone. So when I get on, I will set a timer. Hopefully you'll see it on the screen mirroring or whatever tool I'm using. I'm still experimenting outside with other tools. But for this project, I'm going to do at least 1 recording per day of 1 Pomodoro of me working with Atonimus. And I will also be working about total like 4 hours, which breaks 4 hours per week, and which breaks into 9 Pomodoros plus 1 sprint and an extra 15 minutes. So I'll use those in different ways each week, but I plan on showing up here every day for 25 minutes, record a Pomodoro, stop right there. So it's just a constraint. It's something, it's a part of the game, right? It's just a rule we're going to play by for right now and see how it goes. And so I will be doing other Pomodoros to work on Atonimus outside. Most of that is going to be research time, but I really do want to limit this to 4 hours per week. But everything I create is with the goal of getting Atonimus up and running and being able to hand off tasks to him, and also have him developing ideas for cultures, companies that he can run autonomously, that he'll come up with the idea and he'll do everything. So that's the end game. May not get there right away. The other thing that I talked about in day zero is that I want him to also finance himself. So today I'm going to spend a little bit of money to reserve a domain name for the project, but he's going to pay that back. And we're not going to move forward until we can, with any purchases from this point forward, until he's earned enough monthly recurring revenue to justify that expense. So that'll be in phases. So I'm thinking we're going to start this on Perplexity Computer. There will be a version of this that I'm going to run on OpenClaw as well, but I'm starting with Perplexity Computer first for this rendition. So I'm going to run this, and one of the phase 1 goals is to move to an Enterprise Pro version of Perplexity, so that we can use Perplexity Computer. I've done a little bit of research, and from what I've looked into, it looks like you can run autonomous processes in Perplexity Computer when you're on the Enterprise Pro plan. So we're going to shoot for that and see where that gets us. And then from there, I anticipate that as we're doing more, or as Autonomous is doing more, that we'll have to upgrade him to an Enterprise Max subscription. And so part of the goals going forward after the first couple phases will be to get to that a level of monthly recurring revenue where he can pay for that as well. So, but yeah, so this whole project is to see how these agents, how capable they are at this point, right? And to test them and play with them. And we might hit some hurdles where we have to do some things on the side. I am open at this point in time to maybe using OpenClaw to do things that Autonomous, the version of Autonomous running in Perplexity Computer is not able to do. There might be guardrails, limitations there. So we'll work around those as needed, but the goal is really to do everything we possibly can through Perplexity Computer and have it completely autonomous, and get to a point where all I'm doing is tweaking higher level goals, guidelines, things like that, but the real work is done by Autonomous within Perplexity Computer in this playlist and this series here. And then there'll be another series that I'll start here sometime shortly where we'll do the same thing through an OpenClaw instance of Autonomous, right? So probably call them like Comptonomous here, Clawtonomous there, something like that. We'll come up with some goofy name. But anyways, so that's where we're starting. So that being said, we're going to get going today on day 0. I'm going to connect now to my iPhone, and we are going to, I will pick up from the iPhone when I have to, if I'm going to be doing some things that, if I'm going to be doing some things that require me to enter passwords, stuff like that, then what I'll do is I'll pick up the phone and the screen share will stop at that point. So here we go, and there's the screen. Make sure that's actually working. It doesn't look like it is. So, okay, now that we've got the phone working here, hopefully we got it working. I'm going to go ahead, and first thing is I will set the timer for the day. Oops, I got to do it on the iPhone mirroring, not in the screen recording there. All right, so where are we? There's a Pomodoro. Let's start that. Good, we got it going. All right, here we go. So now you can see that there's our timer for today. So our list of tasks that we're going to go through today is we're going to, first of all, we're going to register let me see, let's go through this really quick. We are going to register domain. We're going to set up a YouTube channel for Autonomous and to upload this. Haven't done this yet, so you're literally going to see everything we're doing here for this project. We're going to set up an X account. We'll be messaging on X to let people know, give them updates. That'll be our main social media channel. Or we're going to set up a school community as well, SKOOL. In case you didn't know, at school's a great human-based community, really culture-driven. It's fantastic. I love it. So there'll be a community there that you can join. That will be a source of revenue for us for the project. And but anyways, we're going to have some deals coming out on that too. Show that shortly. But the initial deal is going to be the first 11 people that join will get it for $11 a month, and you'll have access to everything we're doing there. Everything we do in Autonomous, you'll get at least a basic paid version of it. So we're going to do that, set up the school community, set up an agent mail, an email address specifically built for agents, and that's our plan for today. If I can get through those really quick, I might even try to create a prompt, have my Projekt Atonimus thread in Perplexity create a prompt for us to create a basic logo to use. But that's what we're shooting for today. So let's go back over here and let's go ahead and we'll start. All right, I already got Spaceship up and running. I think we are logged in. So let's do a search here for Atonimus. That's how we spell Atonimus, Atonimus, autonomous.ai. That is available, so let's add that to the cart. Let's view the cart. Don't need any of those right now. We'll eventually be building a website here, probably on day 2, and using Vercel. I think it's going to be a very basic website, but let's continue for now. Got to pay for 2 years up front with an AI email, so let's check out. Just going to kill that for a second. Okay. What is missing? Be validated, so that's crazy. Let's try to see issues. Oh, I haven't set up in my, let's go, registrant. Oh, there it is. Yep, the domain registrant. Okay, now let's go through, see if we can subscribe. Pay now. Payment processed. All right, cool. So we're going to assume that's done because I want to move through here because we're at 19 minutes already. So put that down. Going to reconnect here. Oh, got to shut off the phone first. And there we go. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and switch to YouTube now. I'm going to set this up. Go to settings. Now we're setting up the YouTube channel, so we're going to add or manage channels here and create. And the Projekt Atonimus is going to be, actually no, that's the playlist. We decided that in day 0 in our Perplexity thread, our project thread. So we are going to actually call it Autonomous AI. What is... Okay, I'm going to take it off again for a second here because I want to be able to see the whole handle. Autonomous AI, perfect. That's exactly what we want. So let's connect. You can see it's connecting. Autonomous AI. It looks good. All right, so let's go ahead and create channel AI. And we'll probably come back and put a blurb on this tomorrow and maybe a link to the school community and to our X account. But for right now, we're going to leave that as is. We're going to move to the next step, which is, we're going to set up the school. Let's go ahead and set up the school. I already have a school account created. Not for this, but it's one that I'm not using, so I'm going to go ahead and repurpose it. So let's go to school, and here, communities. Do I have to do that in accounts? Communities, I think I do from here. Go to settings. Which one are we changing? Oh, this one right here. Okay. And is that not giving us? Yeah, there we go. Okay. To create a logo. Thank you for correcting the spelling on my goofy name. Let's hit enter there. Do we need to save that? Delete this. We're going to say this is the home of Projekt Atonimus on school. And change is saved. Enter. All right. And good. So let's go away. Make sure that that actually is. This is something that we had a little problem with earlier. School app needs an update or something. We're going to call that good. We have about 14 minutes left. Says okay, so let's go ahead. We might have to put this one off till tomorrow, but okay, let's create an agent mail. Maybe we can use that. I haven't done agent mail yet. So I'm not sure how human-friendly agent mail is yet, but we'll try it. So we're going to start for free and sign up. Okay, let's just sign in with. All right, so I'm going to pick this up for a second here so I can maintain privacy and set up an agent mail account. Okay. So let's connect again. I'm going to shut that down. We'll connect it. All right. All right, set up. Create our first inbox. Username is going to be autonomy. Is that always A? And we're going to create the inbox here. Autonomous at agentmail.to. It's ready, so let's set it up. There we go. So let's see if we can send an email super quick here. Send ourselves a test. Nope. I haven't ever used this before, so I might play with this offline here. So I'll be using this for other projects too. There's the inbox, no threads found. What if we hit the plus here? Does that allow us to, it's a search form. And boxes, yeah, okay, yep. So I'm gonna play with this later. And for now, we got 9 minutes left. So let's set up, let's see if we can set up that X account here. Okay. The navigation menu icon. So do we still have that open? There's X. There it is. Navigation menu icon. There it is. There we go. Add an account. Awesome. Create a new account. All right, we're going to hit all our targets for the day. Create an account with phone. Nope, we want to create it with email. All right, I'm going to pick this one up again. Okay, we are going to use Autonomous
at agent, not what it was. Is it agentmail.to? What's it? Agentmail.to. Okay. So go ahead and connect again because we can show here. All right. Agentmail.to. Continue. Oh, now we're going to get tricky. Here we go. Let's see if we get, let's see if we can get that. Sign in. Google. All right, here we go. Here it is. 818053. So let's come back over here. Hopefully this, no, it's not going to switch. Dang it, if every time I switch, it's X is not liking this. Okay. So let's do this. Just set it up from here. Agent, mail, console, AI. And we pick this up for a password here. The password is going to be create a new password. Password ready. Share any contacts at this time. We're going to skip setting up the profile. What do we like? We like technology. Is there AI on there? Business and finance. And trying to think of things, lots of things I'm interested in, but what is Autonomous interested in for his purposes? Let's say science, and we'll continue. Who are we going to follow to begin with? I think the setting, I'm going to pick this up again because I don't think it's letting me click on things here. Continue. So it wasn't individuals, it was just, okay. There we go. All right, we are done now for the day. So I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing my screen. So that was it. Got through the things. I'm going to have to edit a little bit of this out. We're a little bit over dealing with soft technical issues signing up for an X account. But anyways, that's day one. So I'm going to do a little planning tomorrow, reevaluate what we worked on today, what the next steps should be in my Pomodoro, my research and planning Pomodoro with Autonomous. And then, or actually it's not with Autonomous yet at this point, it's still with Perplexity. And so I'll work with Perplexity for a Pomodoro tomorrow, and then I'll be on again to record the next day's session. So anyways, yeah, that's where we're at. Thanks for joining me today. And we'll see you tomorrow for day two. I might start live streaming these too, by the way, now that we have a YouTube account. So we'll probably do a little bit more setup tomorrow with YouTube and start getting towards where we're setting some posts and whatnot, maybe a basic website. But today was a good day. Yeah, thanks again for tuning in, and look forward to seeing you tomorrow on day two.